Sam Barber, thanks for taking the time. Wow, what a weekend for your wrestling team. You split them up, went to Appalachian State and Wyoming. But I think the big news was out of App State. A lot of big titles there, 3 of them, and 9 placers.
Yeah, I think for us, coming out of our first dual meet, it was a little bit of uncertainty of like, hey, what kind of team do we have, where we at? And, didn't panic, just talked to the guys about growth and development. And guys stepped up big time, So, like, from top to bottom, from 125 to heavyweight, we just really competed very, very well. We still got a lot of growth to do and some small areas to touch up on. But, really, really pleased. 5 ranked wins, I think, is a big thing. Stuff like that can, like, set your season up, right? They can put you in the coaches ranking, the RPI, and it can kind of put you in a really good place to get you to the NCAA championships in Tulsa in March. We can't rest here, and those guys the guys we beat gotta go have good seasons as well. But Dylan Martinez, 2 national ranked guys, 2, returning All-American and Stanford Jay Nabis, and Jacob Verkleen, who was at Penn State, now Virginia, but 2 Power 5 guys, good guys that have, are proven Division I, NCAA qualifier caliber guys, 2 solid wins there. Cody Fippen, 2 solid wins as well, and a title. For him, I think he's at the right weight class at 133, and I think he feels great about where he's at, and he's going to be able to execute a little bit better in his positions at that weight class. And then Sam Wolf, again, right there all year long, and gets a top 20 win over a Stanford guy as well. And then of course Wyatt Hendrickson wins another title as well. So, and then probably the guy that did pretty well that maybe people aren't going to notice was our freshman 125 pounder Tucker Owens. Had some barn burner matches and just relentless and tough, and won one in the final seconds. Had another one that he tied up in the final seconds of the match, and then won it in overtime. Beat a few Division I starters, So again, he's got a huge upside to him to keep growing and developing. But overall, 9 placers, like you said, 3 champs, 5 rank wins, and on the backside of that today, or when I went to bed last night, Air Force comes out in the rankings with 4 guys now in the national rankings and a team ranking of 29th. So it's been a while since we've been in the top 30.
Yeah, that's fantastic news, and not to mention the guys that went to Wyoming. You got to have depth if you want to compete at the Division I level, especially in the Power 5, and you're building that. You had some good showings up there as well.
Yeah, well, those results at App State Open don't happen if you don't have developmental opportunities for those guys when they were younger, right? So, I mean, it's just kind of a process that we execute in the program. Like, those guys that went to the Cowboy Open are going to be the guys that go to the App State Open in the future and knock off the national ranked guys. So, it's important for us to get guys out and wrestle matches and get a feel for it and be able to see where they got to grow. But yeah, 3 placers up there. Again, some good solid wins, some really some close matches against some pretty good guys. I think one of Seamus Casey had a 2-point match with the starter from Wyoming, right? So again, a freshman in our program that shows a little bit of promise. So for us, we're constantly always rebuilding. We're a developmental program. Our program is, it has to be dependent on guys getting better each year over year, week over week, day over day, practice over practice, right? So that it's good to see those guys bought into that, and good to see them go up there and take advantage of those opportunities.
So you split them again this week, Navy Classic in Kearney, Nebraska. What do you want to see from this, and more Power 5 competition, more ranked guys?
Yeah, I think for us, we really the schedule was to get us some diversity in what we saw across the country. I mean, we wanted to see as many different conferences, as many different teams as we could see early on, so that we could kind of get out and see where we are against the national field, right? Because after Christmas, it's going to be all Big 12. So that's what the Navy Classic is for us, the App State Open. After these 2 competitions, we'll probably have seen every conference in the country already in 2 weeks, and we'll probably have seen pretty close to 25 teams out of 70, right? 75. So that part of it is important for us. Like, that's how you get to the NCAA tournament. You get to the NCAA tournament with a RPI, a coaches ranking, and a 70% Division I ranking. It's pretty easy, and then you go to the Big 12 tournament and you take the spot that you earned, right? So, good opportunities at the Navy Classic. Big Ten's going to be there with Nebraska, Michigan State, Navy, obviously, a few more MAC teams, some SEC teams, an ACC team. Us. It's just going to be a good tournament for us to go out and have some other opportunities to see some national ranked guys, and then we'll send some guys up to Kearney, Nebraska as well as keep developing and growing.
Should be fun. Sam Barber, coach of the 29th ranked team in the country. Thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thanks.